Hello and welcome to ALCA's Aging Life Care Moment. In this series, we talk to different aging life care professionals to hear how they got started, the value of ALCA membership, and ways to diversify in different areas. Today, we are talking with Mark Zilberman, Director of NorthStar Care and Guidance, LLC. Mark, hello, and tell us, how did you get started and how long have you been practicing aging life care management?
Okay. Well, I go back to the time when they called it geriatric care management, but even much further than that. I started in care management, geriatric care management, in November of 2000, and I got started because I was going to a program at Hunter College in New York, which was a certificate program for going into care management, and one of the students there worked at a company called Fine and Newcomb. That's Claudia Fine and Newcomb. Anyway, and I just called them up on a lark to see, but somebody left and they were desperate. Well, I guess they were, and they were okay with me and my lack of knowledge, lack of experience, and I started straight away, and I really loved it. So I've been doing it since then. I guess I think I'm in my 21st year. Yeah.
Wow, that's terrific. What a great
And I had one
span.
client from the very beginning.
Wow.
20 years. Yeah.
That's amazing. And how long have you been involved with the Aging Life Care Association? Did you get started or join right away, or was it after a few years?
Well, as I recall, I couldn't start right away. I needed to have 3 years. I think it was then in the field. Nick Newcomb, by the way. Sorry about that, Nick. Yeah, so the company I joined was bought by Senior Bridge. Actually, there was initially called Cambridge Companions, and then they changed it to Senior Bridge. And so they were there, and I had to work with them. And to join the organization after 3 years, I really wanted to, and so I did it after 3 years when I met the requirements.
So Mark, tell us, what has been your journey with the Aging Life Care Association?
Well, it's been a really good journey. I find my colleagues are amazing, giving, unlike anything I've seen in other professions. They're helpful. It's also an opportunity for me to help. And all across the country, we communicate electronically, also locally in that metropolitan area. And we really are there for each other. It's hardly ever that when I post a question, and I rely on it. I just don't have all the skills and knowledge I need. I rely on my colleagues as a resource, and they're very giving. So I was very happy. And also we enjoy when we get together, not last year, but every year in a conference as just people have a good time. And I think it's a great association. I think it's unlike others.
That's great. And in your experience in ALCA and seeing the industry as it's changing in terms of diversity issues, what do you think that ALCA could do to increase its diversity or bring more awareness to men who are practicing aging life care management?
Yeah, I saw the question, so I'm going to answer it from the perspective about men in the field. I would say, I'm just looking at my notes here. I was trying to get men involved, and of course you could say that there's money to be made in this field, but I think it's an opportunity for men to use and express skills, personality traits that we're not traditionally supposed to. I mean, it's understood as much as like fact that it's women who have the ability to nurture and women who have the ability to be empathic. My take on it is really that this is sort of, from my love of sociology, this is from the outside, imposing these identities. So I think they rest equally with men. And I think there are a certain amount of men who would like to have a job where they could express that. So that would be, I think that would be one. I don't know how you would market that, but I think that's a perspective that which would be good to get over. you know, it's not going to be just being tough and strong and deadlines, and well, there are deadlines, but anyway, it's an opportunity to be a different kind of man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great perspective, because, it's, as our world has evolved, I think the world is more appreciative and more interested and more accepting of men who can display, let's say, nurturing qualities as well. So
I like to think that.
great, yeah.
I like to think that's the case. It's got a ways to go,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it'll be better for women, as I feel about it, with men being able to express those skills, those emotions.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.